Welcome back, my dear thing-playing enthusiasts. I'm here once again, and now that I've finally harpooned the white whale that is Hell, a cyberpunk thriller, it's time to play a somewhat less sprawling thing, and today that's going to be Outstanding Fellatio. Dynamite Headdy. Before we get started, though, I'd like to note that our longtime friend of the show, Alicia, has herself been bitten by the LP bug, and for her first project, she's taking on a very challenging subject, that being Panzer Dragoon Saga, and she is absolutely crushing it. Alicia's videos so far really don't seem like the work of a first-time LPer, and it's an outstanding game, so I highly recommend them. I'll put the URL right here in the video, and in the description on the YourTubes, so please do give it a look. Anyway, back to Dynamite Headdy. This here is a 1994 platformer for the Genesis by Treasure, and for my money, a rather underrated game of the classic Treasure era. Gunstar Heroes and Alien Soldier are legendary, and rightly so, but Heady just doesn't seem to get the same amount of love. This may be because it's the most straightforward of the lot, being a boilerplate side-scroller, but hey, we here at I Played a Thing are all about the outstanding executions of straightforward genre exercises, and Dynamite Headdy is most certainly outstanding in its execution. I'll be playing a fan translation of the Japanese version, as the official English localization made some odd graphical changes and removed 99% of the dialogue. The Western export was also made a bit more difficult in some places, but the Japanese version still provides a respectable challenge, and is the one I prefer overall. Well then, enough of me flapping my face meats. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy some Dynamite Headdy. Sega! Meet our hero, Heady. He's sort of a thrown-together rag puppet, with a detachable head, hence the name Heady, but his head's got a boomerang on it, so it does always come back. And as I mentioned, Heady is a puppet, and this entire game takes place in a world of puppets. On a puppet stage show, in fact. It seems like a nice, idyllic sort of place to live. But since this is a stage show, a new backdrop has to be lowered into place to show the town in flames. Yes, the puppet show is being taken over by a shadowy figure known as King Dark Demon. And this is one of his robot minions, rounding up the citizens to take them to be judged to determine who is worthy to live. Well, Heady seems to be putting up some civil disobedience there. Didn't work out for him, though. And so the judging, where Dark Demon's lieutenants, the Keymasters, determine who gets thrown out. For example, that poor drummer guy there. The princess puppet seems to meet with greater approval, though, so she goes on to DD Imperial World. And Heady's up next. Oh, rejected. So, he gets dropped in the dumpster, and, oh, it appears he's being taken to the incinerator a half-mile away. That's kind of horrible. But no dust cargo can hold Heady. He's busted out of here, and he's taken the citizens with him. Which brings us to our first stage, Escape Hero. This is a rather odd choice for a first stage, because it really has very little in common with the rest of the game. This sort of auto-scrolling thing is kind of a one-timer. There's really not a whole lot to do, and not a whole lot that can hurt you in this stage. All there really is to do at the beginning is bang on the robot here as it tries to round the citizens back up. However, when you destroy the robot, you probably heard there, you got a secret bonus point. Hidden throughout the game, there are 39 of those secret bonus points, most of which are triggered in very unintuitive ways. I will not be getting them all. I will point out where they all are, but I will not be actually getting them all because some of them are a bit dependent on RNG, and others are just plain difficult. But you don't actually get anything for collecting them all, so you won't miss anything. Meanwhile, the backdrop has fallen on Heady, and this introduces our recurring mid-boss character, Maruyama. Yes, Maruyama, as the background music insists on repeating to us. And, Maruyama has a teddy bear body, but I don't know if his head's supposed to be a bear's or not. Looks more like a cat head to me. Anyway, this is one enemy that was definitely made harder in the US version. Those balls he was collecting to power up for his charge attack, those will damage you in the US version. Here in the Japanese version, they don't do anything. I should also note that Maruyama for the US version was changed to Trouble Bruin and was made much more bear-like and given angry eyes. Because, you know, a villainous character in American media has to have angry eyes. Anyway, 2 hits and he drops right off. There's one of Heady's 2 idle animations where he just kind of slides his detached head back and forth on his shoulders.
Yes.
I can't help but find Heady's pronunciation of yes a little creepy. Yes. Anyway. This is a tutorial stage where we meet Heady's 3 friends. I'm going to use their English names because I can never remember their Japanese ones. So this, at least according to the US version, is Headcase. He holds your power-ups. And as you can see, they cycle through, and whatever is being displayed in his window when you hit him is the power-up you get. Now you can skip these friends tutorials, but if you skip them, you miss 3 secret bonus points, and we want those, so I'm going to go ahead and do them. What I just picked up is the Hammerhead, which can smash certain blocks and does double damage. And this is the Warhead, and here's the Protection Head. There's the Sexy Bomber Head, which, a while after you throw it, will explode like so. That does a tremendous amount of damage, but it's hard to time. The Pig Head, as you can see, for some reason, shoots homing stars out of the pig nose. You can cancel most heads just by pressing the A button. Go back to the Protection Head for a bit. That green spotlight in the upper left is the life meter. Here's the Vacuum Head, which just sucks up everything on screen. As you get damaged, that spotlight changes slowly from green to red, and when it's flashing red, the next hit will kill you. We don't get the voice announcement in this case, but as we've been told, we get a secret bonus point. There are some additional power-up heads that we didn't see there, and 1 power down, but we'll encounter those eventually. Our second friend's room introduces us to Hangman. As you would imagine, you find him hanging from things. And you can hang from him, and use him to launch you up into the air. Of course, we'll give it a try. And by the way, falling off the screen or into a bottomless pit in this game will not automatically kill you, but it will cause a bit of damage. So you see basically how Hangman works, and you can also grab onto him with your head and delay the rebound. Just kind of hold Hangman in your mouth for a while and then pull yourself up when you're ready. To do that, you just hold down the B button, or whatever you have your attack button set to, and let go when you're ready to spring up. This is a very graphically nice game, very colorful for a Genesis game, but I think what really stands out about it is its music. And of course the gameplay is excellent, but that's one of my favorite soundtracks for a Genesis game. I was a bit careless there. You can fire your head downward and yank yourself down by a hangman. Didn't intend to do so there, but I was just kind of goofing around and it bit me in the ass. Well, there's the Hangman tutorial, and being followed for the rest of our life. That's a little bit disturbing, but yeah, whatever. If we cling to him, I guess he gets to cling to us. And we do get another secret bonus point. And now the last of our friends is Bo. Bo's purpose is to point out boss weak points. Now, we're not actually going to be fighting a boss right here, but he's just going to demonstrate how he points to things and yells target in a rather annoying voice, and that's where you want to attack. This is also a good demonstration of the fact that just by pressing in one of the cardinal directions and pressing the attack button, you can attack in pretty much any direction. When you're standing on the ground, you can't attack straight down, because pressing down just causes Heady to duck. But when you're in midair, or jumping or what have you, you can press down to attack down from the air. This kind of reminds me of the bonus stages from Sunset Riders. Although in those, of course, you didn't have someone annoyingly but helpfully pointing out where the gunslingers were going to pop up. Yeah, when the empty pods start to show up, you know you're almost done. And there's our last secret bonus point to be gathered from our friends. And that's it for the tutorial stage. There is danger ahead. But Heady laughs at danger. Or juggles his head at it. Whichever. And now Northtown, the first normal platforming type of level. Right away we put our lessons about Hangman to good use. And we can get the first of our secret bonus points here by using the hammerhead to knock that soldier off his tower. You can also attack the soldier from above, but you won't get the secret bonus point that way. Ah, that B icon? That gives you the Liberty Head, and the Liberty Head takes you to a bonus stage. For the first one, you have to get 5 basketballs into the hoops marked with the stars. And you do that just by bonking them into the air with your head. And if you drop a basketball into one of the baskets with dark demons sort of skull symbol on it, you lose one of your basketball launchers, and if you lose them both, you fail the bonus stage. But if you get all the baskets that you're supposed to get, as we just did, then you get one of a 4-part secret number. And the secret numbers actually are important. Unlike the secret bonus points, if you get all 4 of them, you can fight a secret boss at the end. And I want to do that, so I will use save states just to make sure that I get all my secret numbers and complete all the bonus stages successfully. That I just picked up is the Empty Head, which is invincibility. One of the more useful power-ups, unsurprisingly. We've got another mini-boss here. We have to knock this cage over where they seem to be tormenting Headcase. We can't have that. You don't mess with Heady's friends. So we are going to fight this mini-boss, Catherine Dagoon. You cannot damage her when she's using her magnetism there. She just tries to draw you in toward her. But then you can just whack her again as she bounces across the screen, which causes these Haniwa things to be released from the page, and each of those you destroy gives you a special bonus point. Those Z's that I just hit there activates the Sleepy Head, which causes Heady to take a short nap, and if he's not interrupted, it's a full heal. That's the Shrunken Head, you can fit through narrow passages, and the Spike Head, which allows you to grapple up walls. You can either use the Spike Head to climb up the wall here, or use the Shrunken Head to go through the tiny passage, whichever you prefer. And that's the Stop the World Head, which freezes everything on screen. And this snaky mini-boss, I can't remember what its name is, but the Stop the World Head is very useful against him. I'm playing carelessly, but the idea here is to destroy all of his segments and then the head. While his mouth is open, you can't damage him. Not what you'd expect. I've got my health in the red. I'm playing very carelessly here. But this should make things a bit easier. And a nice, easy secret bonus point there for destroying that mini-boss. Onward to the concert hall for Concert Panic. Yeah, Maruyama, I have to admit, I did think I beat you. We destroyed his body, but now he seems to have some sort of flying body. A nice array of weapons. Oh! This is the actual boss, Bounty Bounty. The idea being that he's a bounty hunter who bounds around, but to me it just reminds me of Conan's catchphrases in the dying days of WCW. Yes, he's Bounty Bounty and Rowdy Rowdy. And the target, as Bo helpfully pointed out before getting whacked off the screen, is his tail. And that he just dropped his Beano. We'll be seeing Beano fairly often. He's sort of the butt monkey of this game. Bounty Bounty dropping Beano is random, so a lot of the time you'll have to wait a long time for him to do it, but in this case he did it his first cycle, so that makes life a little easier. And his main attack is just bouncing himself up into the air and then dropping on you, but each time he drops down he'll either drop a caterpillar like so, or Beano, as we saw, or he can also drop a bomb or a basketball. Oh, and you can see he has a not a stoplight, spotlight of his own on the right, which is his health meter. Here's one of his other attacks, the basketball, which stays on screen for a good while. And finally, his bomb. Very straightforward. One more hit ought to do it. I can't believe it either, Bounty. So if you collect enough of these T icons,
You've got another try.
you'll hear "you've got another try," which means you've earned a continue. The more difficult US version will not start you out with any continues, but I believe you start out with 3 in the Japanese version and can continue to collect more. Quite a lot of secret bonus points in that stage, and we got them all. We will not continue to get them all throughout the game, because they're not all going to be that easy. Oh, and this is Fingy.
Thank you.
She's a scrap puppet resembling Heady, but instead of having a detachable head, she has detachable hands, hence the name Fingy. But we defeated that Keymaster, and she took off with the key. Not sure what that's about. But never mind, we're on to the Fire Carnival. This stage is a little different because, as you can see, it turns on its side, and we can move up and down when it's tilted as if we were in a beat-em-up. Now here, when you walk past the second bomb dispenser, you'll see it starts dropping smiley faces. And if I can stop myself from falling off the bottom of the stage, I will eventually try and destroy one of those, and that is a secret bonus point. Wow, I'm playing badly.
You've got a secret bonus point.
There we go. Oh, and there we're seeing our first banana. I think it's a banana. Looks more like a yellow hot dog. But anyway, yum yum, as Heady says. And that is a 50% health restoration. We're gonna go empty head here. These mini-bosses are not in any way difficult. Need to drop bombs here and there, but certainly can't hurt to be invincible. Yeah, Maruyama, I see you back there. No one likes a stalker. Another banana dog. And a 1-up. Bit of careless jumping on my part, but we're just about at the end of the stage. Oh dear. Maruyama. Should have known. This stage is kind of a headache because you can kind of control Maruyama's claw as he drags you around, but not very precisely. There are arrows to show where you have to move the claw to avoid taking damage, but again, the control is kind of fiddly, and you are not Dynamite Maruyama. There's only one Dynamite puppet here, and that's Heady. There's a head case floating around. We can get power-ups that will be some help here. And Maruyama will randomly release, along with his usual sort of mini Maruyamas, he will randomly release a big red one. And destroying the big red one, there it is, will give you a secret bonus point. But this one is very RNG controlled. It can take him a very long time to release that red one. We just kind of got lucky here. So, since it's hard to completely avoid damage in this stage, that can be a surprisingly tough secret bonus point to get for so early in the game. Yeah, as you can see, I'm taking damage because it's really kind of tough to control and avoid being smacked against the ceiling and floor. And then, of course, the mini Mariyamas, depending on how the claw is moving, can be hard to hit as well. But you just want to avoid damage as much as you can, and hit Mariyama's body there whenever it gets close enough. The vacuum head there is helpful for getting rid of the mini Mariyamas, but I can't actually hit him with it. Ah, this is the super head. Very handy for this fight. It allows you to walk fast, which is no use when I'm being dragged around by the claw, but it also greatly increases your range. And the guest area here gives us our... Well, first of all, it's going to give us a sleepy head. I can restore all that health I lost getting banged around by the claw. And then it's time for our second Liberty Head. Time to shoot some b-ball outside of the school. I tend to stand under the leftmost launcher, as you can see, and just bounce the basketballs that fire straight upward. Just because it's easier to aim those when you're introducing, sideways angles and such. Just complicates the whole thing. That thing that I just got the basketball in at the top looks kind of like a 1. I'm not sure if it's something in Japanese or what. That causes the hoops to slow down for a while. And the basketball labeled hoop, that I got it in there for a while, just increases the spawn rate of the basketballs and occasional bombs. The bombs just damage you. But you can destroy them, as you've seen, by launching the head at them. And there we are, 10 baskets, and we get to the second of our secret numbers. So far we've got 7 and 6. And you do have to remember these because the game will not do it for you. It'd be pretty embarrassing if you got all of the numbers, got to the end of the game, and then forgot the code. A guest puppet has been invited to the battle show. This is a very nice transparency effect for the Genesis, which doesn't have hardware transparency support the way the Super NES did. You also there saw the second of Heady's idle animation, where he just kind of dribbles his head for a while. I like his expression when he does that. There is a secret bonus point here. You can attack either the marionette puppeteer there, or the gentlemanly puppet below him. You get the secret bonus point by destroying the puppeteer first.
You've got a secret bonus point.
Like so. And then we just have to jump over the marionette and whack him when his hat opens. Not a terribly big deal for such a dramatic battle show introduction. And when we move on, we will be meeting the second of the Keymasters. This one is Jacqueline Dressy. There is another very RNG-dependent secret bonus point here. Now, Jacqueline always starts off as a simple wooden doll like this. You can't hurt her, and she can't hurt you. But then she'll put on one of 3 outfits, and you have to knock them off bit by bit, and you have to knock them off in a specific order, but thankfully Bo will always point you to the piece you have to knock off next. Now, Oh, and each time you knock off an outfit, you have a few seconds to attack the heart at the center of her body, and that's how you damage her. But the problem with Jacqueline is sometimes she will put on a Beano head, and that seems to be completely random. I don't know if there's anything you can do to get the Beano head to come any sooner, but I did several attempts at this boss and could not get the Beano head at all, so this is the first secret bonus point that I will be missing. But again, they're just for bragging rights, and you don't actually miss out on any part of the game if you don't get all the secret bonus points. So no big deal. Oh, I was gonna restore a little health there, but yeah, not so. That is the risk of the sleepy head. It can quite readily be interrupted. Right back to the robot head. Oh, that yellow power up there, that is actually Japanese characters reading Buddha. That's the power down, the Buddha head. You do not want to pick that up. And you don't want to die like that. Okay, chipmunk time over. You might have actually briefly seen in the turbo speed me picking up the Buddha head. Yeah, what that does is, it puts a giant iron Buddha head on Heady's shoulders, and it's so heavy that all you can do is crawl around and make ridiculous faces. It does like to show up during boss fights, and that will get you killed. So yes, for the first time, we are missing one secret bonus point because the Beano head just didn't want to show up. If there is any trick to that anyone knows about, I'd love to hear it. But as it is, it just seems to be you at the mercy of the RNG and how long you can stay alive against Jacqueline Dressy. Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Here's Fingy again, grabbing the key from the fallen Keymaster once more. Who knows what she's doing with them, but Heady certainly seems to be smitten. The next stage, we're going to Southtown. Will we be meeting Terry Bogard or Geese Howard? Somehow I doubt it. But that's enough for one day. I hope you're enjoying the show so far, and we will return next time with Southtown and more Dynamite Headdy. Thanks for watching. This is Un, and I'll see you again soon.